dobrodošli u još jedan Open podcast. Moje ime je Aleksandra i danas sam domaćin još jednom mojim koleginicama Tanji Mrčić iz Vinarije Drašković. Tanja, ti si tamo enolog, glavni enolog, i koleginici Li Wang iz Fruškogorskih vinograda, takođe zadužena za proizvodnju vina. I'll now proceed on English just to make some little bit of introduction. I'm giving you the space to tell me more about your wineries and the job that you're doing there. So, yeah, we are Serbian, so you're our guest now.
Okay. Hello, my name is Li Wang. I am enologist of Fruškogorski Vineyards. We have like 110 hectares. We produce like 500,000 bottles each year. 90% that we export to China. We also export to Middle East. And in Europe, we export to like Finland, Norway, some countries like that.
Yeah, so you're doing the worldwide.
Yes, to some extent, yes.
Tanja?
Ja sam Tanja Mrčić, radim kao enolog Vinarije Drašković. Vinariju Drašković je kupila kompanija Swiss Lion Takova 2017. godine, to jest kupila je stare vršačke vinograde koji su posle dobili ime Vinarija Drašković. Sada smo na nekih 400 hektara. Bilo je to, tada je bilo više, međutim nešto ratarimo, jedno 150 hektara ratarimo kako bi zasadili nove zasade. Trenutno smo na 1.600.000, 1.700.000 litara, tako da eto, kapacitet vinarije je 5,5 miliona i eto, to je to. Imamo 15 sorti. Mahom su 70% sortimenta je belo, ostatak je crno grožđe i to je tek zasađeno. Imali smo samo 2 sorte, Frankovku i Muscat Hamburg. 2018. je zasađen Merlot, Shiraz i Cabernet Franc.
So the vršački vinograd, the previous brand, it is the Muslim Panetskirezin, the famous bottle.
Da. I dalje ga proizvodimo, tako da tu je banatski jaz.
So I would like to hear both of you the stories. How did you end up in the wine production business? What was the motivation? Just to try to make the comparison with our culture between Serbia and China. Because we talked at the coffee before this table and I somehow got to the moment that we're quite the same with our history. Yeah, so please.
So I was studying chemistry in China. Then one day I got, bored and tired, like spending all my days in the lab. Then I wanted to find something, more livable, more interesting. And I found that winemaking is related to chemistry, biology, microbiology. Then somehow that I applied abroad. I got offer from New Zealand. Then I went to New Zealand and did a master degree. Then I finished my master degree. I was working in New Zealand for around 2 years. After that, it was around COVID period. I wanted to approach another, let's say, like promotion on my career. So then I found a program in France. So I applied for another master degree in France. So after COVID, I went to France. So my program is like mobility. So I can spend my first year in France. Second year, then I can choose from Germany, Spain, Portugal, Italy. Then I chose in Germany, in Geisenheim, Hochschule Geisenheim University, one of the, let's say, most famous winemaking university. So then somehow I got a chance. Then I met a professor in Spain. So I did my master thesis research with him in Madrid. So
you did travel?
Yeah, I did travel a lot. Yeah. Then after I graduate, I was working in France, in southern Rome. It's called
the colleague, our colleague.
No, I was working in France. It's called the Beaumont de Ventoux. Then it was like end of the harvest, and I heard there is a, let's say, wine fair. They say it's one of the biggest wine fair in Balkans, and I never had chance to try Balkan wines. So I was like, I have to go. Then I went to Wine Vision. Then I tried, I pretty tried all the wineries of Serbia. Then I had a, brand new version of like Balkan wines. Then I was quite attracted by the wine made especially from Fruškogora, Grašac. So, then I found a chance to cooperate with my owner. Then I started my career here. Yeah.
Tvoje iskustvo?
Moje iskustvo,
Šta je bila motivacija?
pa ja mogu slobodno kažem ljubav velika, pošto iskreno nisam dete koje ima iza sebe ni vinogradarstvo, ni vinarstvo. Nikad do duše nisam ni ušla ni u vinograd, niti bilo šta drugo pre fakulteta. Prosto odlučila sam se za poljoprivredni zbog toga što me zanimalo sve vezano za hranu i tako to. Međutim, posle, prvo prema vinogradarstvu se desila velika ljubav, a onda na masteru i vinarstvu i tako je moj put krenuo. Kada sam birala vinogradarstvo ili vinarstvo, nekako mi se vinarstvo učinilo zanimljivijem, pošto je uvek izazovno i zanimljivo i ne postoji receptura, nego u datom trenutku je to to. Tako da, eto, ne sada u vinariji.
Yes. As both of you have, I can say, great experience through the wine industry, did you face any challenges to be a woman in this industry? Did you had any like from the studies till now, or like from the China, from the different countries, also for the Serbia? How do you feel working through your job? Did you have any challenges?
Yes, I did, obviously, for sure. For studies, no. Yeah. But for working, yes, because, working in the winery, working in the vineyard, that's 80%, like 80 to 90% physical job, especially that I am short. Yeah. Actually, I started in the vineyard. So I worked like 2 growing season, like working in the vineyard like a whole day. As she said, yes, it was very difficult. It was very hard. And especially I grew up in a city. I had no idea about like, the nature and no idea about like how physical work, how agriculture, it looks like. But the more that I worked with people that around me, the more that I get deep into the industry, that I feel like it is for me. I feel like more energy, that I get more energy. I get some muscles. I get some experience, some, techniques. For example, now I can easily move like 500 liters barrel only by myself. It's not about like how strong muscles that I have. It's about the techniques. It's about the experience, that how you manage your job. Yes. Especially when I look for the job, when people see me, they were like,
She cannot be.
yeah, they were like, we need people that can lift at least 25 kilos stuff in a winery. Like, that's the base. And I was like, I can. Literally, I can. Then they were like, but you show me. No, they were like, but you look this and that. Don't see like, how do I do it? Like, yeah, we have to work together and we will see. Yeah.
Da, pa slično iskustvo recimo, da, na fakultetu je nevjerovatno da poljoprivredni fakultet upisuje više žene nego muškarci. I to...
Branši dokazuje.
Da, tako je, ali to kada sam ja upisivala i nije baš bilo tako. U principu, da, bilo je da profesor kaže šta ste vi došli ovdje da se udate, znaš, pa se ti zapitaš, čekaj, šta priča on. Tako da... Ali na kraju ne, stvarno, i vinograd i vinarija i vino, to je i energija i mora biti sve povezano, tako da mislim da ako nešto voliš i ako želiš time da se baviš, da to niko ne može da te sputa. Mislim, da, postoje predrasude vezano za žene, ali mislim da se taj trend menja i blja to i mislim činjenica je da žene imaju bolju senzoriku nego muškarci.
Nećemo to. Znači, kao voditelj da to potvrdim.
Nemojte potvrditi.
Wine drinking culture. I like that theme always. Serbia, China. Where are we? So you are more like, she will say about Serbian, but you can give us the experience from the...
China? Okay, I mean, I know more about my generation. For my father's generation, basically they only drink strong alcohol spirit, something like rakia, but it's made by Sogon in China. So and the rest we drink 80% that's beer. And people at my father's generation, they have no idea what the wine is, but the wine is like a simple from Western country, like something expensive, something high class. For them it's like that. So at some occasions, especially for business, for some tradings, they would like to have some wine, and people prefer French wine. I mean, because in their mind at that time, only French wine is the best, and probably they only know that France has wine. Yeah, something like that. But for my generation, I think because we get to know the world more, and let's say we travel. Yeah, we travel a lot at my generation, and we got more educated by wine knowledge. That's why we're more, let's say, open to drink. And let's say, I think nowadays, I mean, the study finds that nowadays people tend to drink alcohol with lower alcohol content. So that's why we change from those, let's say, rakia, strong alcohol spirit to wine, to something, let's say,
Healthier.
yeah.
Da, u Srbiji iskustvo.
Pa generalno, vinska kultura naša, pa da.
Pa
I u
ja,
kom pravcu ide?
ja mislim da je to krenulo, evo, opet se vraćam na fakultet, kad sam ja upisala fakultet, mislim da ljudi nisu toliko pile se, ali se nije toliko prosto pričalo o vinu na neki bolji način, tako da kažem. I taman je krenulo i da se radi na razvoju vinske kulture i da ljudi znaju da ispijaju vino, to nije samo otvoriš flašu i sediš i piješ. Ali nekako kako je došla ova nova Z generacija, mislim da su oni, mislim da oni ne piju vino. I mislim da će to nama kasnije biti problem, osim ako na neki način ih ne nateramo da shvate šta je vino i da je to prosto...
So for Gen Z, we gave them 0 alcohol wine.
Da, jedino to, mislim, ne znam šta drugo. Mislim, vino je zdravo da se pije, tako da ako već plasiramo, yes, the wine is healthy. Tako da
After first bottle.
Tako da ako plasiramo takvu priču, možda i krenu sa pijenjem.
Both of you, how do you see our region, let me say, in the next 10 years, as we always have some kind of influence, new trends? What is the future? Okay, we got biodynamics, zero. What's next? Is anything happening in the world that we need to see? How do you react on the options of some innovating new labels, wine labels?
I would say for the new trends, that I would say that people starts to switch drinking the wine that is aging, that is made, tend to age for 10, 20 years, like Bordeaux blends, to something that should have been drinking like in 1 or 2, 3 1 or 3 years, 1 to 3 years. Like they tend to have something more enjoyable. They want something more enjoyable. They want something lighter. They want something more easy.
Yeah, balance.
Yes, instead of like drinking, big bout wine with cigars, like yeah. And that's also my my philosophy of winemaking. I don't like to make a big bout wine, and I want to make wine that can make people to enjoy now and for the next few years, instead of
something.
Yeah, I don't expect
Is
them
it good now? No.
I don't expect them to keep my wine for 10 years. If they taste my wine, they will say, oh, it's not good now, I will keep it for 10 years. No, I don't want that. I want them to enjoy it for the moment. I want them, yeah, that's it. That's my thing.
Slažem se sa njom dosta. Prednost rada u velikoj vinariji je što možeš da radiš vino i za tržište masovno, da kažem, tako je, gde ljudi mogu da piju vina odmah, a možeš i da prosto imaš odabrane berbe gde moćeš ostavljati to da probereš jesen. Mislim, to može i u malim vinarijama, ali čini mi se da je nekako trend da male vinarije ipak imaju neko zlato i da to ima potencijal odležavanja, mislim, veliki tako, da.
So we have challenges with the new trends, and the bigger challenge is the weather that is. So what do you does your wineries maybe invest in any kind of protection or because you can see, I don't know, in France they're like putting some kind of mechanic umbrella through the whole vineyard or the net or the we have like big frost or high heat or hail. So how do you see the wine in the future through the weather? Can that be changed? Like, will winery invest in the machines or any kind of new technology that they protect?
I think, well, from my experience, I think people should look more into agriculture, how to manage the soil, how to manage the vineyard, that they will find a way. I mean, the more the science go deep into the viticulture, that they will find a way. And it proves it works. They will find a way, like on irrigation, on like canopy management, on like pruning, like they will find a way to manage to manage the I'm sorry, they will find a way to manage how to face the difficulties of let's say climate change, the weather change. For example, in
Foliation is, you can skip that, or to protect it from the strong rain, or
I think technology is something that very good, very, let's say, it's like a cheat way. Because technology always that can protect everything, like from the sky, you know. But what I mean is like technology is useful, is smart, is intelligent, but technology also is very expensive. I mean, for most of the wine growers, let's say farmers, they need more help, like deep in the soil. They need more help from the earth. So I think that's why there are so many people. They're doing research. They're doing studies in the university. I mean, in agriculture, to help. Let's say, to help it more applicable for most of the people, to be benefit for most of people, to help them to make profitable, make the viticulture more profitable. And there are some results that shows that, for example, we think that a tropical region cannot grow wine, like Thailand, like Brazil, like Taiwan, in China. But somehow they find, to create some circles. They create the circles of growing stages whole year, only by stop the weather. Only by stop the irrigation, adding the irrigation. There is nothing to do with, like you say, that kind of technological, metal protection, but only the understanding of the the plants, the nature, the circle of the nature. Then they work it out. That, so I think in the future there is no impossibility of growing vines to face all different kinds of weather. For example, now Sweden, those extremely cold country, they're started to make wine, and extremely hot country, tropical countries, they're also making wine. So I think everything you can do. Yes.
yeah, because the technology will put the higher price, and we already have the problem with the expensive bottles for this to understand the market.
For example, in Germany, when I was in Germany, so we invested and discovered some, like solar cells. So those kind of solar cells, they protect the vineyard, the vine. When it's extremely hot, like at midday, they're like a photovoltaic, flexing, so they can extract the energy and protect the vineyard at the same time. But it will create another problem, that mechanism for the vineyard. If you install those kind of solar cell pellet, you will not be able to use the trucks for vineyard treatment. And I mean, it's like
Understand. That's why we need to connect with the nature and follow the path.
but I believe technology will benefit. Like when it developed into like a certain level, it will benefit all of the people. Yeah.
Da, definitivno tehnologija pomaže dosta, pogotovo što su klimatske promjene takve da je pitanje kako ćemo ispratiti dalje i da li će stati, jer svaka godina nas iznenadi na neki način. Mi smo prošle godine radili noćnu berbu kako bi nadomestili. Mislim, to je bio izazov, ali kad imate mehanizovan berbu i imate kombajn, onda je to moguće. Kombajn ima svetla, tako da može da cijelu noć. A mislim da je mnogo, ajde ako pričamo o većim vinogradima, da se ulaganje kroz te neke tehnološke operacije, pardon, ajmo ponovo, da se ulaganje isplati, jer na velikim površinama, mislim, skupo je, ali mora se, ako vi imate svake godine i grad i mraz i sve to češće i češće, kiše bez, u periodu kada treba da pada kiša, prosto naravno operacije se u vinogradu da se ispoštuju, tako da
Whole our wine industry gave us a lot of challenges that we need to meet all the time. What's your favorite moment during the wine production as you're both? What do you like the most? Like, is it the Mr. I was like, you're making the famous elixir and it's the harvest. Okay.
Pa sve počinje iz vinograda, ali berba je nekako taj moment kad to stigne i kao što rekao, ne postoji tačna receptura, nego je to trenutak kad vi treba da donesete veliku odluku šta, u kom pravcu, kako, tako da berba. Naravno i eliksir, što da ne.
That you also. Yeah, she said the most beautiful moment is like when you see the grapes.
Yeah, I mean, so harvest is like the end, the graduation for viticulturists, but that's the start for winemakers. So we started to take over those grapes, and that's the most excited moment. Like you see a baby, that there are so many potentials, so many futures that you can work on it. That's the most exciting part. Yeah.
And now, from your perspective, what would you say to the young future technologies? Like, pick this job. This is the best one. But
for me, from my experience, let's say, I see a lot of young people. They wanted to study wine and they wanted to get involved in the industry, but they do not want to work hard on it. Yeah. They want the reputation as a winemaker. But let's say winemaker, wine growers, we are not something that's, prestigious. We're basically doing physical job. If you are not ready to get your hands dirty, if you are not ready to, bury yourself into the ground, yes, then you're not ready for, you're not for that, let's say,
Tako je, da, apsolutno se slažem. Mislim, imam neke prijateljice koje piju vino, vole vino i vole da se slikaju u vinogradu i pored lepih nekih vinarija, ali u stvari ne znaju pozadinu svega toga.
They don't see the whole picture.
Yes, da. Ne vide celu sliku. Tako da, ako nisi spreman da se angažeš 1000%, bolje da se ne ulazi u to, nego da se bavi možda samirijerstvom i tako nekim kursevima.
Sales, marketing.
Da, prodaja. Mada i prodaja po meni treba da prođe sa nama jednu bar berbu.
To nije lepo, prošli smo.
Dobro, ti da, ali generalno svi prodavci vina moraju da znaju odakle to vino kreće. Da, jer će mnogo bolje prodavati. Ja mislim.
Pa. Yeah, so what do you think does the bottle is the price of the bottle. Usually they say Serbian wines are expensive and they don't see the background like. But now we have like probably in the last more than 5 years, the government are doing some kind of subventions, investment. What do you think is the main problem for the new consumers? Is it the price or lack of knowledge for the like because everything is connected. You'll make something that is beautiful, but you need to put it somewhere to be sold to meet the whole circle. Where do you see the main problem as the generations? Like in Serbia, we have that moment that we didn't trust the Serbian winemakers, and that changed maybe in the last 7 years, maybe a little bit more. You only pick the foreign wine,
Yes.
or the cheaper wine, then because you think maybe that's because of the less experience or the less budget or the standard of the country. What's the experience we can compare Serbia and China? The China is a lot bigger, but still.
I think it's how to say, because the price of the wine depends on the demanding and the supplying, and the demanding is how to say the demanding is decided by a lot of factors, by the occasion of people drinking wine, by the knowledge of people who is drinking wine, by people's income, by by the how to say the target market. I mean, there are so many factors, but I think the mainly reason, or the mainly how to say, as I see from last 10 years, I think it's about the how to say the knowledge of people who how much do they understand wine. Yeah, the more that they understand wine, the more they enjoy the wine, then they know how to choose the wine, let's say smartly. They will not only choose by the brand, they will not only choose by the region, they would like to choose by how to say the variety, by the style that they like. In that case, people would, I think the price of the wine would have less effect. But if you just want to go to the restaurant, you want to like enjoy your meal with some wine, you might how to say want to choose the wine by the price more, let's say. Yeah.
Da li se vina skupa?
Pa da, šta je to što utiče na našeg potrošača? Cimamo se, edukujemo ga, borimo se sa cenom. Gde je...
Ja mislim da su cene u Srbiji možda malo veće nego što bi trebalo. I to bih voljela da se promeni nekom, ne znam, logistikom, nešto da ono kao da se premota igrica. Tako, pošto svi tu cenu vina vezuju za vinariju, kvalitet, i vezuju za vinariju.
Expensive is better. That's the logic of the buyer sometimes.
Da, jeste, tako je. I mislim da bi na tome trebalo da se poradi kad je tržište u pitanju. Šta se više pije? Pa mislim da je kod nas, ako gledamo prosječna potrošača, više pije vino po ceni nego da, pije jeftinije vina. Mislim da bira po ceni niže.
Pa da, they'll do the choice or to risk, as I say, to risk the money on the cheaper option. Like he'll buy 3 of something, maybe it will be worse than one. But that's the education then that we need to push more, definitely. And about the China market, what's the status with the wineries? Because now you're like the region is developing quite fast. So when that started, like I know that usually the exports come from the neighbors, New Zealand, Australia, and what is happening now?
I think Chinese wine industry was like highly promoted like since 20 years ago. The government and a lot of people in the industry, they're making efforts to make Chinese wine is more visible internationally. So at the very beginning, like a lot of French, let's say a lot of Australian consultant, they went to China. They helped a lot of Chinese winery to build up. But now I see, especially at my generation, I see a lot of my friends, my schoolmates, they're working in the wine industry in China, and they're doing very good. For example, Moët Chandon has 6 different wineries all over the world. They have one winery in China as well. So one of my friend, we are at the same age. He's working as assistant winemaker at Moët Chandon. I mean, let's say if you want to find a job in France at Moët Chandon, it's almost impossible. Yeah. So I think, let's say this kind of cooperation helps Chinese wine industry to increase a lot and opened up a lot of opportunities for young people to learn. And I think in the future, I mean, it has a lot of potentials for Chinese wine because, as you said, you did not like the style of Chinese wine.
Yeah, I did, but that was a long time ago. I think that was I went to Pro Wine Shanghai and it was the only winery. So I presume that the others, or because it wasn't 20 years ago, it's like
So
maybe 7.
Also, I didn't like Chinese wine, like few years ago because they had quite like old school style from France, but now they're because more and more younger people they're joining into the industry. I see that they're trying to find some they're trying to find the style that fit into Chinese market, fit into the people who is consuming wine nowadays mostly. So I mean, and to be honest, they are making extremely good wine. For example, one of the most expensive wine. It doesn't mean that the most expensive is best, but I mean it tells something. So it's called Awing, and they're selling maybe like 1,000 euro, like in London, that winery, and it's like a how to say niche. It's like a niche winery, But yeah, it tells us.
But they sell stuff, so
Yeah.
they're doing something good, definitely. So I'm happy that you're here and that we're doing the perspective, because somehow I'm in this job for quite long, and I have passed from usually I'm in sales, but somehow I like, as the production is important, I think the good label is also important, that we are changing that. On every 10 years, we'll have some new generation wanting like not the black label, like if it's good it's black. I'm like, I always say, put it on the shelf and find it. Make the circle and just find it. No, that's also the main problem, the visual. Should we catch the young people on that way? Like, we load the alcohol, we went to 0. I'm like, what else do you want now?
I think it depends on your target market. Yeah. I mean, if you are looking for certain market, like if people who is able to buy the wine, like between certain price range, then you do like marketing research. Then randomly, yeah. So I think it's not easy to make a conclusion for that. Yeah.
Usually I have a moment when I'm in store and I'll see people like choosing. I always come like a crazy woman. Just people, sunny, where is a lot of sun, good wine. Cold country, bad wine. So no, I'm not. I won't say which country. I'm like, so I don't know, Africa, doesn't matter. It's good wine, probably Sauvignon. Bye.
So, but actually, theoretically, to say the Coda region. Yeah.
No, because you buy it in the big market, so you don't have a sommelier. It's not the wine shop, so you have just on the shelf 1,000 bottles. No one to explain you what to. You don't even have the prices are almost the same. I'm like, just pick the nice label and try the sunny country. It will be fine. So, but of course, it's not the logic. And at the end, we have Wine Vision coming. What are the expectations? As you came, like you searched the Balkan, you tried, I think you probably didn't try more than I have tried. So what do you expect of this year?
Well, I will. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, let me think about it. Maybe you go first.
Ja, me too.
Pa, onda ću ja da dam opet.
Ajde, daj, odgovor sve. Očekivanja.
Pa, usually I say I like the part of Wine Vision where you have managing the business to business. Yeah, B2B, because the people are coming to us. We are not going to them, because if you organize one winery, maybe then if you go few of us, it will be better option, but you need to organize and it's quite more expensive to go by.
I tako, ako se vratimo na prošlu godinu, stvarno je organizaciono bilo dobro i čak i oni sastanci koji su, da kažem, dostupni u Srbiji zbog određenih poslova, vi to odradite na samom sajmu, što mislim da je dobro sa svim saradnicima sa kojima inače radite. Plus, dobro je imati te B2B sastanke. Mi smo je prošle godine imali da koleginica nije izlazila. Bukvalno se da. Tako da, očekivanja su da bude isto kao prošle godine ili za nijansu bolje. Eto, tako.
And for you, some... okay, you already have a tradition of good trade and everything, but do you see also the chance for the...
I think it will be better that to classify Serbian wine into different geographical arranging. That, for example, when people visit this wine fair, that they can go through to different regions, like to Fruškogora, to Sassubotis. Yeah, to separate it into different segments. Easier for buyers, traders to recognize. Yes, I think it will be a very good way to promote Serbian wine.
Dobro je to što je rekla, ali mislim da ove godine neće biti tako, pošto same vinarije biraju pozicije, tako da mislim da će biti, ali treba razmišljati u tom pravcu da se možda vrati.
Pa dobro, valjda će čuti neko podcast,
da,
podelite regione, olakšite ljudima.
Tako je. Pa dobro, svake godine imaju, i postoje neki komentari. Prve godine je bilo zašto to u berbi, pa se pomerilo za novembar, tako da uvek ima nešto, ali valjda zato jesmo mi tu da se čujemo, tako da to je to.
Thank you for your time. I'm very happy that we had a chance to make some kind of different approaches from the region, and especially maybe tomorrow, like we have good enologists, maybe more people we can, so we can exchange. So it doesn't mean that we have to go somewhere. Maybe sometimes the Balkan will be recognized. Yeah. So thank you and see you on Wine Vision soon.
Thank you.
Hvala puno. Hvala.